What do you think? Now I need a hairdo with the Flowbee. That needs to happen soon. But I thought I'd come on. Do you like the new specs? They're a little bit to get used to. They're a little different than my other ones. I don't know if you can see them, but they got the purple. Got to have the purple, and they've got the purple around the top and so forth, and kind of like a brown kind of thing on the side. But anyway, those are my new specs. A little bit of an adjustment because the glasses are a little stronger. They given this girl a little bit of a headache. They're progressive, so when I kind of have to look down, of course, I'm used to that, but they're a little stronger. Everything is much clearer, but my eyes, I think, because the other glasses weren't as strong as they needed to be, I just went up in my script a little bit, not terribly, but enough that my eyes were really strained. So I've had a little bit of migraines and I've just made myself wear them because I think what's happening is I can feel like my eyes are they're sore because they've been, I think, they've been strained a little bit and they're kind of relaxing. So this happened before when I got the new progressives and trying to, deal with them, and they're a different shape and they're a different weight. And so this girl has needed a couple days. Monday was really busy. We went and saw the movie, which I'm going to do a review on. Awesome. We got to see Epic, the Elvis movie that's out. I'd go see it again if that just tells you anything. And then we got done with that. We went and had a bite to eat. Charm City Pizza in Charm City, Ohio. Delicious pizza. One of the best crust I've had. Then we went to the Dollar Tree, and then we went home. So it was a really busy day from the time we got up. We got up and we were out the door by like 9:30 in the morning. And the movie started at 11, and then we did all that. And then by the time we got home, it was like 7, 8 o'clock at night. And Sunday was busy too. So this girl was pretty tuckered. And then yesterday, Mom and I ran a couple errands. Hi, lady. Sky, welcome on in. Say hi. You can also put hashtag blessed if you want anybody to connect with your channel. So we were busy. So today has been a day where I have just needed it. Getting used to the new specs, which I hope you like. They're just different, and I can see clearer, but they're just taking some time to get used to. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Shatikwa. I think, guys, I'm back. And here's another thing that I realized. In a couple days, on the 9th, will be the first year anniversary of my aunt's passing. So that's coming around too. I just went through a bout. I don't know quite what it was. But when we were sitting in the Elvis movie, Elvis said something in his own words. And he said, there's not everybody that's going to like you. And you can't hold on to that. And there's going to be people like you, and there's going to be people that's not. And you just have to go. You have to do your thing. You have to be you. And it's not verbatim quote, but I thought so much of that, the first part of it. And I'm certainly coming out of whatever that was, thankfully. And I just needed to be quiet. I'm really working on these for that upcoming event that's going on. I have to make a lot of these. I finished the towel caddies. They just have to be sewn. Those are all done. These have got to get done. I've got other ones that have to go into stores. They've got to get done. And then I've got other projects that have to happen because I want this all done. Like when we have to go set up for the event next month, I want to go in there. Hi, Age. Hopefully I said that right. Welcome on, and you put hashtag blessed everybody if you want people to connect with your channel. I want to be able to go in and decorate for this. See, I'm having to get used to, is it rot? Welcome on in. I'm getting used to it. I'm seeing it clearly. Just, I'm having to, I don't know why it does that. It boots me out. I don't know why YouTube does that. YouTube, you need to fix it. I don't know why you want to do that. Welcome on in, Herb. I hope I said that right. Welcome on. You guys can put hashtag blessed. If you haven't hit that button, hit that special button. But I want to make sure that when we have to go set up for stuff for the event coming up in soon, I want to make sure that we can go in and decorate, and everything that I can get done. Hi, Penelope. It can get done, gets done. So I'm really focusing on finishing up these because I need like 60 of these. So, hi, Jen. Welcome on in. I'm doing better. So I've just kind of zoned in. Hi, Abby. Welcome on in. I've been focusing. I don't know if you guys are watching When Calls Heart. We are Hearties. We love When Calls the Heart. Hi, Devin. Welcome on in. And I just started watching that series all over from the beginning and thought, I've got to put my phone down because here's what happens with this girl. I don't know about you. I love looking through Facebook Reels, and what I'll do is I'll sit there and go through the Facebook Reels like this. And then I'm like, wait a minute. And I'll realize, a half an hour has gone by, 45 minutes have gone by, and I haven't done anything. So I've had to say, the phone's got to go down, right? The phone's got to go down, and I've got to focus on this because I have about 60 of these certain color of our soap caddies that have to be done. So I really have to focus on that. Devin, whatever that is, I'm not doing it. And please just refrain from spamming. I know it's not, I know they've approved it now to do it through YouTube, but I just stop repeating the same question over and over again. So I really appreciate that. I know that they've said it's okay to do that now. From what I can understand, it's legal, or it's okay to do it and it doesn't affect, but I that's what I've heard, but I haven't researched it enough yet. I know for a while they're repeating the same thing. Repeating the same thing over and over again could affect things. And so I'd appreciate it if you would please stop. Please connect with people in the chat. You guys can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. But if you continue to do it, I'm going to time you out because it's not what we're here for. We're here to connect with each other and connect with each other. You guys can put hashtag blessed in the chat so you guys can find some really amazing channels. And that's okay. No problems. Let's just move forward and connect with each other. And two, that we have live replay. So when people go back and watch this, if you put hashtag blessed in the chat, they'll see your channel and they'll be able to go visit your channel. So it's a great way to have exposure for you and your channel. You have to put hashtag blessed in the front. Hashtag blessed. There you go. And so we always have, no matter what we're doing, we have connect and grow. Always, and we always allow you guys to do that so you guys can connect with each other. Hi, Logan. Yes, I think I do remember you. I try. So I think I'm coming back from whatever I kind of was getting hit from a little bit. I certainly went through a little bit about a depression. Stuff was happening in the back, so forth. And I just needed to be real quiet for a while. And another thing too, I deal with fibromyalgia. So some of it was a fibromyalgia flare-up. I was in a lot of pain. That is starting to come down. Thank you. So that's coming down. The pain level's coming down, which I can usually deal with a 2 or 3, but it was like at a 5 or 6 for like 2 weeks, and it really put me down. So these are our soap caddies. These are in our store. We can make these. They sell for $5 in our merch store. These make great gifts because you put, I am getting better. Slowly but surely, you can put your soap in it. It comes with a little tire that I put on it. And then you fill your soap in. You rub-a-dub-dub once you put your soap in. And then once the soap is finished, you throw it in the washer and you start all over again. You just lay them flat to dry. You put the soap back in and you put them in again. We also do these for weddings at a special price. We do them for baby showers at a special we do them for baby showers at a special price, bridal showers at a special price. Graduation parties, we can do them in the colors of your bride, your wedding colors, and so forth. So we can do them in different colors. These are just the Pacific ones I'm doing for the upcoming event. So we do them for a different price for in bulk items for events like weddings, graduations, baby showers, bridal showers, and so forth. So they're really awesome. And I actually have a friend of mine that I gave one to, and she said she had surgery and she could only use one arm. And how you, Dira? Only one arm. And because her other one was she couldn't use, and she said this was a lifesaver because she could put the soap in and wash up her body and her face and with just the one hand. Oh, thank you, Real Odds and Evens. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that tremendously, hon. So, that these are great. So I'm doing this for that. Some of our local stores are going to allow us to put these into the stores, and I've got to do some for those. And a gentleman that goes around Mansfield really blessing our community, I've offered him some of these to place in. I've offered him some of these to place in with his giveaway. So I'm going to hand him some of these. So I'm really focusing on getting these done because, like I said, I've got like 35 of them done, but I need to make like another 25. They only take me about a half an hour to do them if I do not scroll on my phone and go through the Facebook reels and do all the stuff, and I can hide your focus on getting them done. So that's what I'm trying to do. Hold on a second and I'll show you this. Hold on. Okay, I also worked on these, which I'm getting you back on here again. I worked on these. 2 of these are going into the shops, and the rest are going for the event that we're doing as giveaways. So these are our towel caddy things. This way you put them over the oven. They're not totally finished yet. You put them. Hi, Kuros. Hopefully I said that right. Welcome on in. You can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. So we made these. You put them over the stove, right? And that way you're not picking up the towel every 5 seconds. So this is one that's going into the store that we're doing. I made this one too. This was another one. This is going for just giveaway things for an upcoming event. That one. There's 2 in every pack. So I worked on a bunch of these. This is a set. That set. This is one that's going into a local store. I worked on. Trying to pull them out of here. This is another one. So they're not finished yet, but anyway. This is another one. So anyway, these are, these are all ready to go. I just have to finish them up. So, yes, I do. I make blankets. The one thing that I really focus on is making, I love making the bobble stitch blankets. Those are my favorite. So those are done, but I've got to finish them. I got to sew them up and put the buttons on them. It's fine. You can ask questions. It's fine. I got to finish them up and put the buttons on them. And anyway, so I again, this week has had to be, I have to focus on, I've had to focus on really the soap caddies, finishing up them, getting them done. And then they've got to be also, I've got to stitch them together. I've got to tie in the ends, which is my least favorite thing I need to do. I'd like to do. And so that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been watching When Calls the Heart and been trying to stay off my phone because I just, like I said, I just start scrolling. So again, I think I'm coming back. Like I said, new glasses. What do y'all think? New glasses, new outlook. I see a little bit clearer. I see that, yes, and the entire time I was, oh, Sandy, thank you very much for that. The entire time I could still say I was proud of being me, but I'm just trying to figure out me. You know? Thank you for that, Curious World. Welcome. Thank you so much for that. I'm trying to figure out me. I realized I'm going into this next stage of being a grandma, right? Hi, Carmen Life. Welcome on in. This shirt is not cooperating with me. It's a comfy shirt today. If I'm really hurting, my shirts have to be very loose and very comfortable. Very soft because it helps the pain level to not aggravate itself. But I just was like, okay. I had a friend tell me recently, you know, Mary, you're a little over the top, but she said in a good way. She said, we need people like you to get us out of the shell that we're in. Because we need people that have things. Like for this upcoming event, and I'm trying to kind of be a little, not vague, but just trying to be respectful of what people are asking me to do in the background. I can picture how the entire thing is going to look. My mother has no idea what I'm talking about. She's like, I can't picture it. I'm like, I can literally go in the room that the event's going to be in and literally picture how it's going to look before anything's put out. And yeah, they kind of have, they got the purple going on the sides and they're purple around the thing, but they're taking a little time to get used to. Hi Monica, welcome on in. They're taking a little bit of time to, I mean, they're a little stronger than the other ones. They're still progressives. But I think my eyes were strained with the other ones because I needed a stronger prescription. And my eyes are a little tired. They've been sore trying to get used to these. But I can literally picture the exactly how everything's going to look. My mother's like, I can't. You know what I mean? And I have everything and exactly how it's going to look and what it's going to be. And, you know, and my daughter gave me something and said, Mom, use this in the decorations. I'm like, okay, now I got to figure out how to do that. And I was literally able to put it in my head and then be able to put it on paper. And my mom says, Mary, you would have made an amazing wedding decorator to be able to do that. And I'm like, I tried to. It never happened. But I tried to do it. And I just sat there and thought, that's a skill. That's something that I'm good at. Is being able to do that and being able to put things together and be able to plan things and everything. And, you know, my mom said to somebody, you can tell who the planner is in our family, you know? And I'm like, that's who I am. I'm just, there's things like, if it was up to my mother doing really anything, there would just be and there's nothing wrong with it. There would be a vase with an artificial flower in the middle of the table, right? And that would be it, and there would be a couple, and that's just it. That's not this girl. So, like, we did the things where I showed everybody doing the blocks out of the boxes that you can get from Walmart for 68 cents a piece, and then you just print out the stuff. I mean, you know, it can come together. And that's why I say, people, if you are not that kind of person, but you have somebody in your family or your friends that kind of person, when you're doing an event or something like that, or you're doing a party and you need somebody like that, ask them if they want to help. If they're the kind like me, I'd be all over that. Yeah, sure, I'll help. How can I help you? What can I do? I have some suggestions. Mike, fishy things. Thank you very much for that. My cousin asked me. She was messaged me back and forth. Patty's daughter, and she said, "I need help with a project." And I'm like, "Yeah. Well, what do you want to do?" And she says, "I want to do something." And we talk back and forth. She's going to probably want me to do a blanket for a little girl that for a birthday gift. But you have people in your lives that are like that, and utilize them. So I know that tomorrow I'm going to announce the winner for Dog the Bounty Hunter. Thank you all for giving me a couple days. Tuesday, I was just exhausted. Went and got my glasses Tuesday, and I could only wear them for a little bit of time. The problem is that I've had to kind of like put them on, and then I've had to take them off and just give my eyes like a half an hour break, and then put them back on and for a stretch of time, and then take them off and give them a half an hour break. And guys, without my glasses, I can't see a thing. I am as blind. I'm not blind, but everything's blurry, so I can't see anything. So I couldn't do the video. Plus, I had a headache. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Penelope. We have some cute merch. We have the Proud of Being Me shirt. If Sandy or one of my mods wants to put exclamation point MERCH, it'll direct you right to the merch store, or it's in our link tree. Well, Brad, you can be. You can be whoever you want. But it's also in our link tree as our merch store. We've got a lot of cute shirts and a lot of cute stuff. Plus, we've got the soap caddies. They make great gifts, guys. They really do. So, this kind of stuff, because this takes me about a half an hour to do, I think I've got to count. I didn't count before I came on. I think I probably have 35, and I need to make at least of this specific one. I want to make at least 25 more. So I've got to just be focusing on doing absolutely nothing. Your eyes will adjust. Yeah, it'll take a while, but I'm not as bad as I was yesterday. Yesterday I had a headache, and what I don't want to do is put the other glasses back on. I have them up as a backup in case I break these. Hi, Retired Beard. Welcome on in. You can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. If I don't want to put the other glasses back on and confuse my eyes right now. I'd rather take these off for a half an hour, give my eyes a break, and put them back on if I need to adjust. But I don't want to put the other glasses back on and then kind of confuse my eyes right now. I don't want to do that. So I have them as a backup. Hi, Only Bigfoot. I probably could make a Bigfoot. I'm not good with sweaters. I'm really good with blankets. I'm not great with sweaters. But I don't want to do that. I have my other glasses as if by chance these break or something happens and they need to get repaired. I have those as a backup. Yep, that's what's happening too. And when I first got the other glasses and I had the progressive lens, I'm telling you, when I looked down, oh, that was so trippy. So I'm not having that this time. It's just I feel like I just feel like my eyes have been strained and they're relaxing because they've been having to kind of, my other ones were, you know, and they're just different. They feel different, they wear differently. The progressives I think are in a different place and they're just taking some time to get used to. And that's okay. We'll give them time. So I'm going to announce the winner for the Dog the Bounty Hunter. I apologize for the delay and all that, and I apologize that I didn't get the announcement out Tuesday. But again, when I put these on and then just trying to adjust to them, I couldn't do any of that. You lost your eyeglasses. That's not good. So again, I really want, and I thought of this before I even came live. I thought, I don't really ever stop doing soap caddies because wherever I go, it's the easiest project for me to take with me. I take some yarn, and I know I have more cotton yarn than this, but where it is, I don't know where it is. You've never gotten, you need glasses, but you haven't gotten them. So I'm always doing soap caddies, but I've got to get to the point where I can put some of the stores in our local area that are mom and pop stores want to have some in their stores. And I've got to get some for the guy who goes around and blesses our community. He's going to do some out to give out some and hands give out giveaways. I've got to get the ones done for the event. And I don't want to have to, I want to get these done to the point where I'm doing what I usually do. Because what I do is, on a normal basis, and I've kind of gotten out of it, but I'm going to start kind of getting back to it, is I used to do like 2 soap caddies a day. And then I always kept going and having some in our stockpile. I've gotten away from that, and I need to get back to doing that. So that's what I'm working to, but I'm trying to get ahead. I want all the crochet projects that need to get done for the event coming up to be done so I can work on things that have to be, I got a stack like this big, things that have to be cut out, decorations that need to be done, all that stuff. I want to get that stuff done. I kind of have a list, but a schedule. So I'm not, I can enjoy the time and not be going, oh, this has to get done and this has to get done and this has to get done. And here's another thing about it. I have to build in days where I'm no good for nobody. And that ticks me off with my fibromyalgia, but I do. Does your website have the blankets I can find only if I am looking in the room? No, blankets are custom. I can tell you, I did one recently. I do baby blankets. I've done a couple for upcoming. I have bigger blankets that I do, but the shipping is all paid by the person that orders it, and all of my blankets go for about $250. If the kids' blankets go for half that, they're $125 if they're a baby blanket. And I can tell you right now that the blankets I've done, and you can go check out, I'll put it in the description below. I did a reel for, I did a reel of all the blankets I've done, because I do the bobble stitch blankets, and you can see all the ones I've done. And I can tell you they're more like, really honestly, they're more, hi Peyton, they're more like $500 worth, but I don't charge that much. I shouldn't say that much. I charge what I feel is reasonable. Now understand, I'm just happy to get the yarn because it means I get to crochet more, which I love doing. and it helps me with my fibromyalgia. Mama gets the rest of it. I'm thrilled to just go to the yarn store and buy yarn. I can tell you that the yarn alone for most of the adult blankets are at least $60. And then you have to fill it in your time, and then we charge about $250 for the bigger blankets and $125 for the baby blankets. But again, that's something that, again, you can email me and we can see what I can do. I also work with people and find out what they're looking for and find out what they do. I can tell you that I do corner to corner and I do bobble stitch blankets, the only ones that I will do. But they look like pictures by the time they get done. But you can go see that. It's a reel that I did called The Blanket Lady. Type in Blanket Lady by Blessed to Crochet, and you'll see all the blankets I've done, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And they take me about 6 weeks to 2 months to do. But I have a new favorite one I love doing for an actual baby blanket. And that one is a bobble to bobble. It's a bobble stitch blanket, and it's a corner to corner blanket. And it came out so awesome. It's one of my new favorite bobbles. It's one of my new favorite ones I love doing. I also do baby booties. We do those. I'm going to get them up on the website. And we do baby ponchos, which for a little girl is adorable. The baby ponchos with the booty sets for a baby girl, absolutely adorable. Hold on a second. But look up the Blanket Lady and you'll see what I'm talking about. This one, getting up and moving around. Hold on a second. This is my new favorite. My new favorite one. I have to get resituated as I got up. Hold on a second. This is my new favorite. My new favorite one is this one. Is the corner to corner. It came out absolutely gorgeous. My new favorite corner to corner is doing, especially for a baby, in a yarn that's hold on a second, I'll switch you all around. Oops, here we go. So that's my new favorite. Corner to corner means that the stripes are going. Now this is this kind of yarn, so it's already kind of, it's pattern kind of yarn, right? And this is my new favorite one. This is for a very special person. This is my new favorite one. And it is a corner to corner, so it looks like it's it looks like it's horizontal, but it's not. And this is the border that kind of I put around it. So the border changes because it's a variegated yarn. But I love it. It goes, every other row is a bobble and then the corner to corner little blocks. Hi, Miss G. Welcome on in. Hi, Alaskan. Welcome on in. Yes, I won this yarn, and I knew exactly that when I was going to become a grandmother, this blanket was going to be used for the process of giving it to someone special. So I won this yarn. I just loved it because it can be used for anything. It took me about 6 weeks. Corner to corners are they're one of my favorite, but I love the corner to corner with the bobble stitch, especially if you're doing it for a baby, because having this, it's almost like a little padding, you know, especially if you're like laying them down for floor time or tummy time. It's got a little bit of a cushy feel to it. It's my new favorite to corner to corner. I absolutely love it. So that's one I've done. This is another one I've done. Working on, or I finished. I just have to tie in my ends, which is, it's not my favorite thing, guys, in the world. It's not my favorite, but this is my favorite thing to do. Hold on. I'm all tangled up in the yarn. Hold on a second. I gotta turn. Whoops. All right. All right. Give me a second, guys. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. But hashtag bless so people can connect with your channel. Okay, so this is the other one. This is my favorite. Hands down, this is a lot of what I like to do. This is my bobble stitch blanket. Hold on a second, I got it upside down. It's upside down. Okay. So I've done this one before, and I really like doing this for babies because, you know, they can take it and you've got the letters, so they could take their hands and go around and do O and P and Q. There's the S and the N and the D. So it's the whole alphabet. And this one I made sure I didn't skip a row. Done this before. And the G. So like if you give this to, I can, and I thought about it. I wouldn't do it on this specific one. I added this. The original pattern didn't call, but I really like adding this is a double heart in there, and it's got like a sparkling. This one took me about the same amount of time, about 6 weeks. It's got a little sparkle to it. I don't know if you can see it, just a little sparkle. But I have done ones that I put the child's name on it and added it to the pattern. I thought about doing it on this one, and I decided not to. I don't know if I would do it on this one. One thing that I can say that I like doing just the plain alphabet for a baby is, the mom can put this on the floor, right? And say, okay, go ahead and let's spell the word I don't know, keep, right? So step on the word, step on K, step on E again, and step on P. So they could stand and spell out words, right? Yep, it's done with, I think it's Yarn Secret or something like that from Hobby Lobby, baby yarn. Step on it and spell out the word. But I added this. You can see it looks like a double heart. You can see where it looks like a double heart, and it's got a little sparkle to it. So, and there's the V. There's the W. So that was the other one I did, and the R and so forth. So, anyway, that's another thing I finished. I just have to tie in all the ends, which I don't like doing that part of the crochet. So, that's what I've been doing. These tail caddies and finishing up these, and then trying to get used to new glasses, and so forth, and just trying to, I don't know if it's finding myself again or whether it's just I needed to be quiet for a while. I know who me is. I know I can be an intense person. I know I can be overwhelming. I know sometimes I can be over the top. But I also know I have a heart that will take care of everybody else before me. My husband says that. Honey, you take care of everybody else over taking care of yourself, and your heart is just full of love. I want to do for others. Like I said to him, I wanted to go see the Elvis movie, and I said, but you don't have to take me. He goes, oh, yeah, I do. Because that's something you enjoy. Like you said, I like Elvis, but just seeing you watching Elvis and with a big smile on your face, he said, that made my day. And at one point, Elvis was doing Polk Salad Annie in the movie theater, and I could tell from the beats exactly when he was kind of slowing down and speeding back up, because I've seen it and I've watched it and I've heard it. And he was trying to get me to stop, and I'm like, no, I just want to, you know. And he said, I enjoyed watching you just come back to life. And I think some of it was just stuff that was going on in the background. I think part of it was I went through a bout of really not liking my fibromyalgia, and also being in a heck of a lot of pain. My pain level was elevated. It's finally coming back down again, but it was sitting at like 5 to 7 for like 2 weeks. It's now probably at a 4. It's starting to come back down again. One thing too that my daughter recently said to me was, Mom, I need to pay more attention. And you've got to tell me when you're having a rough day. Because I know right now I'm going through a lot of changes. But sometimes I forget that I'm not living with your pain level every day. And I have to be a little bit more understanding and loving to the fact that when you're really struggling, when you're having a rough day, I need to be clued into it more. And you've got to tell me, if you're having a rough day, I don't want to add to that. And that made me feel so good. And she sat and she went to the Elvis movie with us. And she likes that era of the 70s like I do. I like the 70s. I just think he had a richer voice in the 70s. But it was so special, And have I learned anything from the past couple weeks? Yeah, I have. I've learned that sometimes I need to be quiet. Nothing wrong with it. And I think I've also learned that I need to start really listening to myself and my body a little bit more. And I need to do a little bit for myself. Like, Mondays are days that I try very hard to keep very sacred, because Sundays can sometimes be a long day and I can be tired. And so I try to recover on Mondays. And the past couple Mondays, I haven't really been able to do that. He said doctor's appointments for this and that. And I think I really need to take heart to Mondays. And whether Mondays look like nothing, it looks like totally nothing but watching TV, watching movies, crocheting. I need to really hold Mondays very dear, because I found out that because of just events and so forth, and I can't always do it, when I don't kind of spend that day recouping, I really hurt, like a lot more. And I also need to realize that because of my stage of life, I am going to go through the change. And my doctors have already told me, you're going to have a rough time with it because your pain level is going to be increased. And you're going to have to take things and rest a little bit more here, or do a little bit less things here and there. And so I need to pay attention to that. Now, we have the conference. Hi, Alfonso. We have the women's conference next week. And guys, that at a local church here, that is exhausting. And I really want to enjoy this because Christina has come last year. She's going to be able to come this year, but she's probably not going to be able to come next year. And so I really want to enjoy this time with her. And so I'm probably not going to come on much on Friday and Saturday, and Sunday I'm going to be exhausted. Also, the middle part of May, or April, excuse me, I'm not going to be doing much. I've got things going on, and so this girl's going to be busy, and then afterwards she's going to be exhausted, and she's going to need a little bit of time to recoup. So those things are going on. I did get the lace. We're going to be doing a project, and this is, I can't say I'm going to do it anything like this guy did. It was beautiful. I have to go get some better brushes than what I thought I had. Excuse me, but I did get lace, and I'm going to put the lace, and I'm going to use, I was going to get better canvases, but I'm going to use Dollar Tree canvases right now just to test this out. But I've got the lace. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the canvas ahead of time with Mod Podge so that you guys can see what it is. And then I will have one, we'll do one on the live. You're doing a wonderful job. Life keeps us busy. I'm happy you enjoyed the movie. Well, thank you very much. So I loved it. I'm going to be doing a review on it because I have some stuff to say about that movie. So I'm going to be doing the lace, and I just got lace at Hobby Lobby, and putting it on the Dollar Tree canvases with Mod Podge and letting that dry, and then I'll show you guys how to do it. And then we're going to paint it. Now, he said he used oil paints. I'm going to just use what acrylic paints I have. I can't say that I'm going to do this good. I mean, he used gold flakes. I'm just going to use glitter glue. We're going to go for it and see. I really thought it was really cool. I can't tell you that it's going to be anything like this guy did, but we're going to give it a whirl. So next week we'll try to do that. It may happen after, sometime in May. Another thing I wanted to try was some mosaic, just because I thought it'd be fun. Just to try. And like I said, when we're doing anything like this, any kind of crafts, anything, you guys can come in and talk to each other, do #blessed, and connect with each other. Every time we hit the live button, we are going is to connect and grow every solitary time. I was going to go outside like I did before, but it was raining, and I figured you guys wouldn't be able to see my new glasses. So that was another one. Mosaic. What other was it? Oh, I saw these other things too, and it was like and I forgot the pots here, and it was taking beads. And have you seen these? There's like potted plants with like beads, and they look like they call them, that you can hang them up and stuff. We're gonna try those. So there's just a couple things we can do that I want to try. But again, my top priority right now is to get these soap caddies done. And it's raining. That has to be where I'm focused on. And I know I haven't been much on the YouTube streets lately, but again, my problem is if I don't think they're following different. So here's my glasses. Unfortunately, I have a hard time getting them. Not everyone can do the prescription correctly. They sit differently than my other glasses, so I'm getting used to where they're sitting compared to the other ones. They're just going to take some time to get used to. What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. Oh, if I am on my phone, this girl's going to scroll, and then I'll look going, a half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour has gone by, and that's 2 soap caddies in. So I've been really trying to not put the phone on and not do anything with it because I know myself too well. Last time I got my glasses, I did it wrong 3 or 4 times. Oh my goodness. Well, thankfully these were free. I may have to have them adjust. Like, I feel like they need to sit, like, I don't know. I have to get used to where they're sitting. I did get, Josh bought me this. I told him he didn't have to, but he wasn't going to listen to me. So I got this. Remember I was telling you I gonna get my glasses case. I got this, and it even came with a little wipe that matches it, which is really cool. But anyway, I have a very bad habit of taking my glasses off or going to have a shower or whatever it is, and then laying my glasses down and not knowing where I laid them down at. And then we spend the next 20 minutes to a half an hour looking for them because I don't know where I put them. And when I take them off, my glasses are I'm so blurry, my eyes are blurry, I can't see anything. So Josh is like, I'm buying you this $10 glasses case. So I've been a good girl. They go on the edge of my thing. And then when I take them off, they go in here. Or when I'm going to go to sleep, I put them in here. Because I don't want them falling down and getting scratched yet. So I've been a good girl. I had glasses for free one time. After that, if they don't do them right, that's not okay. That shouldn't be it. So I've done this where I've gone, okay, at nighttime, I'm really glad I didn't try to go outside. It's pouring. At nighttime, I put my glasses in the glasses case and close them. That way they're protected, because a couple times they've fallen down and then they're on the floor and they'll get scratched, and I'm trying to prevent that. I don't want them to get scratched. So I'm smiling again, guys. I am laughing a little bit. I'm kind of coming out of this whole thing, and I appreciate everybody's understanding and patience. Do I think every once in a while do we need to be people that kind of have our spirit broken? No. But can we learn something from it? Yes. I think I realized that I'm not going to change who I am. I'm who I am at the core of who I am. Oh my goodness. But I'm not going to change who I am. And you're either going to like me or you're not. You know, another thing too that I've think I worked through was that relationship that I've always had this hope in my head that I will get back, that they'll call, that we can talk and we can work this out. And somewhat of a little guilt. I can tell you there was guilt, and I had my family tell me, you didn't do anything, because of something that wasn't anything that I really said. The person, it was an aunt of mine. Wasn't Patty. But we differed on religious and political views. But we always seemed to navigate through that and still have a relationship. And talk about other things and still connect with each other and still laugh. And I don't know why they did what they did. But I always felt like it was my fault because my mother lost her sister-in-law in that. You know, Patty passed. That was one sister-in-law lost. Thank you very much, Penelope. You have a great night. You're welcome. You can ask anything. I'm glad to have you here. She lost Patty due to cancer, but that ended on a very, our relationship was still intact. But the other one, I really said to myself, I said to my family, I'm so sorry, I caused it. And my mother said, Mary, you didn't cause it. You did nothing wrong. My mother lost a sister-in-law. I lost an aunt. My daughter lost a great aunt. My husband lost an aunt. Welcome back, Logan. She said, but you didn't do anything. They chose to do what they did. They chose to just kind of cut you off and cut us all off. And they have also chosen not to come back. I did get a little message for my birthday or shortly after that said they loved me. And I haven't heard anything else. They know of our updates and our news that's happening in our family. They have not responded back to that. So they're not going to get any more updates. They're done. They don't, as far as I'm concerned, they don't deserve them. If they want to come back and have a relationship and heal, then maybe. But I've really had to work through, and I said to my family, I'm so sorry. And my mom and my family said, you didn't do anything. You cannot absolutely take responsibility. They chose to do what they did. They chose to back out on our family. You did nothing. You have done nothing but try to heal the relationship. But I finally have gotten to the point through a lot of process to realize they're not coming back. The resolution of that relationship, I'm never going to have. I'm never going to have a phone call. And if it does happen, it'll be a wonderful surprise. That phone call that happens that we can work things out and try to start repairing it is probably never going to happen. And as hard as that is for me, I have to be willing to accept it. And at the same time, I have to be willing to look back at the amount of years that I had with that person and look at the positive. And there was a lot of positive. There was some negative, but there was a lot of positive. And I'm grateful they were in my life. And I wish them all the best. But it becomes like, to some degree, like you're grieving the loss of somebody that's still here, that could still pick up the phone and call and work it out, and they're refusing to do that. And it just, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. I've done everything, and I think I went through a time where I grieved it because, with things happening in my life, I'd love to be able to call that person and talk to them and be able to share this stuff with them, and I can't. So I'm thankful that on my dad's side of the family, this was on my grandmother's, on his mother's side of the family, on my dad's side of the family, on my dad's side of the family, his dad, I have one aunt that I have a relationship with, and she has been so sweet. I can call her and talk to her, and we have a really good relationship, and I'm very blessed that I have that. So, and she actually is my last aunt, well, at least in my family, I have a relationship with, and that's alive. My other aunt doesn't want to speak with us for whatever reason, have a wonderful life. She's my last aunt that I have around. I have other aunts and uncles, but it is what it is. I can't do anything about it. I just have to deal with it. So I think I was processing that. There was other stuff happening in the background. I had a heightened pain level, which was just, it was really causing me some issues. Hi, Mortis. Yes, it's real. I'm real. I'm a real person. Hello, I'm real. Welcome on in. You guys can put #blessed in the chat. This is real. I'm a real person. I really just come on and chat. So, I think that when you go through something like that in your life, when you have lost somebody in that way, and there's no hope for that relationship to mend, you have to go through a grief time with that. Patty is this will be the 9th will be 1 year that Patty has passed Also, my friend Linda, was it Linda? Yeah, Linda. My friend Linda. Um, yeah. Um, Linda, she she passed on the same day that Patty passed, and I didn't get to say goodbye to her. So, and then we did find out my mother had a friend in Florida, and she passed a couple days ago, but she was a believer. Um, she was also she's in a good place now. So we've been kind of dealing with that. So there's just some stuff, and I've had to say, okay, what made me go down so down, down in a hole? And I think it was a combination of stuff. I think it was my pain level was up. There was stuff going on in the background. I mean, I tell you all a lot, but there's stuff I like to feel like I can keep private. I think I was feeling a lot of overwhelming. My life is going to change in wonderful ways, but it's still going to change. Just kind of coming out of some things and realizing I can't please everybody, but I need to make sure I'm listening to myself and I'm taking care of myself. And so, what does the next couple days look like? Well, the next couple days look like a lot of, for me anyway, a lot of crochet stuff. I really have to get more of these done. I don't even know what count I'm at yet. I got to get the count up. I got to do my thing and see where I'm at in the count. All of those have to be sealed. I have to do more for shops and for other things. So I'm going to be into soap caddy, whatever, over the next 3 or 4 days. And I'm probably not going to be on my phone much. I will get the list out for Dog the Bounty Hunter. I did make that Oreo cake recipe. I will put that up. It was delicious. I modified it a little bit. Christina has been craving Oreos. It's been her number one craving. So anyway, I will release that. I also have a stroller fan that I got, but I want people to think past the stroller because there's other use for that stroller fan, and I'm actually going to order one for myself. In addition, because like when we go outside with the summer coming and it's hot and everything, I want to take that stroller fan with us so I can have some air going because sometimes it can get a little roasty toasty outside. So at least if it did, I would have a little bit of the stroller fan. So I'm going to do a review on that. I got it for Wayfair because I got it through Wayfair. It's pouring outside, guys. I got it through Wayfair, but I can I will find a comparable one on Amazon for you because Mom's an affiliate through Amazon, so you can go either way. And I ordered some containers for a project, and I'll do a review on those too. I got them through Wayfair, but my idea was if you're doing like a party and you need a cupcake stand, like stands for cupcakes and so forth, this is a great option to have. I'm gonna see what it looks like when we get it, to be able to turn it upside down and for you to be able to place cupcakes on it, and then you get to use it after the party's over with. So I'm gonna see about that. So I think what I'm planning on doing is kind of getting myself a little schedule here. I'm not a schedule kind of girl, but I've got exactly what needs to get done so I can enjoy the upcoming events coming in the next little bit. So if I kind of keep on schedule, then I will be good and I won't feel overwhelmed. But I've got to get these soap caddies done. And then I really need to finish the Advent series, but I don't know. I may kind of hold off. I really don't have a lot of videos to upload. I don't know. Because I don't want to put too many more before I finish the Advent things, but then I've got to edit them, and right now I have to be in a, I think I need to save those for the days where I'm really kind of struggling. And see, that's another thing. When you have something like this, when you have projects and events and all this kind of stuff going on, when you're a fibromyalgia patient, you have to fit in days where you're having a difficult day, where you're struggling, where you know, hey, I got a plan for migraines, I got a plan for being sore, I got a plan for dealing with this and that. So forth. And we'll go from there. On St. Patrick's Day, Josh has to have that thing. They're going to do it in office, but he has to have that taken, dealt with. He'll have stitches right there. He had a cyst that ruptured. So that has healed enough, and then they've got to go in and actually remove that so that it does not come back again and create a whole nother slew of problems, because it really did get pretty infected, and they don't want that to happen, as he is a diabetic. So we've got that. We've got some stuff going on, I promise. But I've got to do a list, because I realized the other day I've got to know what needs to get done, or I'm going to go, ooh. But I get a list going, and I know what has to get done, and I can cross it off. So I've got it all here. It just has to come out. So anyway, I'll do the best I can. We'll see what tomorrow brings, how cool it is outside. It's supposed to rain. It was supposed to rain a lot more than it did. So we'll see. Maybe we'll try to head outside tomorrow. I just wasn't up to it today. I need to be really comfy and stay off my phone. And I've been watching When Calls the Heart and just relaxing and chilling. And it's probably what I'm going to go back to tomorrow too for a while. And then Friday is Sam's Club, so I don't think we'll be doing too much, because usually that pretty much wears this girl out. So anyway. Alrighty, guys. Well, it's been about an hour. I'm going to head off here. I just wanted to let you know where I am. I think I'm back. I do think that I got the new glasses. I think I have a new outlook. And I think that it's an outlook that will continue to change. I love the thumbnail that I created, because one side it showed the clouds, the other side showed the sun. And I think I'm kind of coming out of the dark clouds that I felt like were all around me. So I'm coming out of it. Thank you all for being patient. Thank you all for understanding, getting used to the new specs. Thank you all for all your generosity. I appreciate it so much. And just being there. You guys are awesome. You are really the blessing behind Blessed to Crochet. So that being said, I'm going to get back to soap caddies. I can do a couple more before I go to sleep, as I kind of slept in late I had a rough sleep last night, and then I finally got to sleep, and then I kind of slept in until about 11 o'clock, but I was struggling to sleep on and off throughout the night. So anyway, love y'all. Remember to be proud of being you, because everyone else is taken. Keep crocheting that connection. You do not need a crochet hook. No crochet hook is required. We have you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered, and we'll see you on the next one. I will try to go live tomorrow. I promise y'all. Love y'all. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good night. Talk to y'all later. And sometimes you don't need glasses to have a new outlook. Sometimes you just need to decide, okay, you know what? I need to look through new lenses. And sometimes we also need our friends to help us look through lenses, because you are a pretty amazing person. And sometimes you need to be quiet and let yourself just process everything and start looking at the good that's inside of you, because we all have it. And you guys are amazing, and I love you all. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good night.